Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial how to install Ubuntu on VirtualBox. In this step-by-step guide, we will walk through the process of setting up virtual machine and installing up the popular Ubuntu Linux distribution. Let's get started. So guys, when you are starting the learning Linux, there are multiple options to install the Linux. One is to install the Linux on your machine independently. Other is a dual boot, install your Linux with your Windows machine. Our third option is to install the Linux on the VirtualBox or virtual machine and make the experiments. I always recommend the beginner to start with this virtual machine. So before going next, I will just introduce you the VirtualBox. Let's quickly understand what VirtualBox is. VirtualBox is a powerful visualization software that allow you to run multiple operating systems on a single physical machine. It's a fantastic tool for testing, developing, and learning. So guys, let's first start how we will download the VirtualBox. Just we will go on the our Google and just search the VirtualBox download. So guys, there is a first link, download Oracle VirtualBox. We will click this one, and there we have to select our required platforms. There are multiple builds available. You can go here as a download from left side or directly on this download page through this Google. We go on this Windows host because I have a Windows 10 operating system, and it just give me a link to download. As I already downloaded this machine and I have this one in my software folder here. I already downloaded this VirtualBox. Now I will just search the Ubuntu. Download. Again, it's giving me the first link. This is a Ubuntu download, and I want to download a desktop edition, not a server one, as we have get Ubuntu server download here. But in this particular scenario, we want Ubuntu desktop. We will click this one, and it took us on the page where we have the Ubuntu flavors. The currently Ubuntu flavor is 22.04.2. It's a long-term support edition. Again, just we click here to download, and it will start downloading. If you're yeah, here it will give me the link to download, but as I already told you, I have already installed download this Ubuntu. I'm just closing this one, and I have both these Ubuntu and VirtualBox already downloaded. Now I will install the VirtualBox. We have just double click it one. Next. Normally, by default, it has selected all the options, which is here. And here you can set your path if you want to change this one, but I am installing it on the default path. And finally, it has completed its installation. Just finish this one. Here we got the icon of the VirtualBox, but as I already checked to start the VirtualBox, it will start. Now it's a first screen of this particular virtual machine. There are multiple options are there. We can select different kind of tools like this extensions, media, network, cloud, and other activities. And here, if you want to add a new machine, Here I'll add the next one, and if you have already installed or make a virtual machine, you can get this machine from here. Let's start with our first. We want to add the new machine. There is the name of the machine. As you know, we want to install the Ubuntu. Just give a name to your machine. I you Ubuntu 22. Just you can give it any name. Now here this is a folder where we the VirtualBox will create the virtual machine image. If you want to install it on other drive, you can change it from here and select any folder. But by default, I am leaving it as the default option. But I will recommend if you have multiple drives, I will recommend to make your virtual machine on another drive, and you can use it at anywhere. In the third one, as we are downloaded the ISO image of this Ubuntu, we will give the path of this one. Now we will select here others and give on this desktop, software, and this Ubuntu. Open, it took the part of this one. There is a username of VirtualBox if you want, or a guest additions. VirtualBox user we gave it's a just I give it a password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now here guys you have to carefully choose the memory options, how much memory you want to give this virtual machine and how much CPU you want to give this machine. This will decide the performance of your virtual machine. As you know, this virtual machine is running on this particular physical machine, and our host operating system, which is Windows in my case, is already running, and this virtual machine will run on this host machine as a guest operating system. It means it will take its chunk of resources from this particular Windows 10 machine. So here, as my machine has a 16 GB RAM, I will give it, for example, 4 GB RAM to this Ubuntu. And how much CPU I want to this, I want to give you 2 cores of this one to this one. If you need, you have to select this one carefully because it will decide how your machine will perform. If you, for example, you can give it maximum this green area sources, otherwise your host operating system, which is Windows 10 in my case, will not perform well. Same for the CPU. I just select a value according to my understanding 4 GB from this one, and eight CPUs from 8 CPU I give it 2 from this one. I click the next one. Now guys, here it will create a virtual disk VDI virtual disk. If you want to add a virtual disk, we have to give it the size. Now I have just select the create a virtual disk now, or if you have already created a virtual disk, you can select it from here. But as you know, we have no virtual disk until now. We will create this one. Now you can select how much space you want to give this particular virtual hard disk. I just selected 20 GB or 25 GB, up to you how much device size you want to give it, and I just click the next one. Now guys, here is the summary of our machine. Finish button to start the installation. And here is our hardware resources. We give that 4 GB memory, 2 cores of the processor, EFI is not enabled, disk size is 20 GB, pre-allocation full size is false. Guys, if you give it click this one, please allocate a full size, it will take the 20 GB at the initial. But if you uncheck this one, pre-allocated full size, then it will go with maximum 20 GB. But as for example, you want to took 4 or 5 GB at the start, it will only take the 5 GB space on the hard drive. But if this pre-allocated full size is true, if we check this one in the previous, then it will occupy this 20 GB at the start. Now just finishing. Now guys, it's powering the virtual machine up after I clicking the finish button. It will take some time. Now guys, here we can see all the information regarding our virtual machine. It's a name, its operating system, its RAM and the other things. Let's start this virtual machine. Our virtual machine is starting. Guys, at last our machine is now available for us. So guys, it will take some time. Guys, the installation process is in progress. It is installing different kind of software. It will take some time, maybe around 5 to 10 minutes. We have to wait this particular process. In this particular process, currently I am pausing this video, and finally when we will reach at the end, I will start again. At last, guys, our Ubuntu installation is completed and machine rebooted, and we got the first screen of the login screen. Just give our password, which we set the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Press enter, and we will got the first screen of our desktop. We have first desktop after installation. I just skipping this one. Enable Ubuntu Pro, skip for now. No, next. And location service to disable. Ready to go, guys. These are the software which there are lot of repository of software which we can get with Ubuntu just on clicks. That so that's guys. This is the end of today's video. We have successfully completed our installation. From the next time, we will explore this Linux. And finally, guys, we have successfully installed Ubuntu on the VirtualBox, and now we have a virtual environment to experiment, learn, and develop. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to our channel for more useful guides. Feel free to leave any comments or question below in the comments. Happy visualization. Stay